friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. For today's video, I have my paycheck budget with you. I am going to be budgeting for the week. The paycheck my husband and I each received on November 12th. So it'll be 11/12 through the 18th. And actually, I'm lying to you a little bit. Our paycheck actually is going to come in on the 13th. We're a day behind with our pay because of Veterans Day. That had the banks closed. So our paycheck technically won't be received until the 13th. But I always like to keep my paycheck budget from Tuesday to Monday since my husband and I are typically paid on Tuesdays. So that is the paycheck window there. The amount that I'm going to pull from our paychecks to make this paycheck budget happen, hopefully, is $1,600. That's what I am going to budget. And let's just get into this. If you've seen me fill out one of my paycheck budget worksheets before, this is nothing new. Nothing has really changed. If you were looking at this paycheck budget worksheet and thinking, wow, that's pretty, how can I get one of those? I will have my links down below. You can purchase worksheet bundles. They are digital downloads. You can download and print yourself. You can buy them from my Etsy shop, or you can join my channel membership at the Budget Buddy or Budget Bestie tier to get worksheets. That's the cheapest way to do it. If you want this paycheck budget worksheet, this is really the only one you want, join at the Budget Buddy tier. It is available there. Okay? This is my theme for November, the foxes, but I have lots of other designs as well. So if the foxes aren't for you, check out the other worksheets. If you join my channel membership at the Budget Buddy or Budget Bestie tier, you can actually go back and download all of the worksheets from the whole year, all the different designs. So I encourage you to do that if you join. All right, let's talk about my fixed expenses. During the month of November, we are setting aside money for December's bills. We're a month ahead on our bills, and each week I try to put $750 away for next month's bills. So that is what I am budgeting there, and that's all of my fixed expenses. I keep all of my bills under just one line item to make it really simple. For variable expenses, these are the categories that I have the most control over in my budget. And these are the categories that aren't exactly the same every week. The amount that I spend varies, hence variable expenses. The categories here are grocery, eating out, and spending. There are plenty of other categories I could include in here, and just because I don't include something here doesn't mean that I'm not buying that thing. It just means that I'm keeping those numbers off of YouTube. So the $1,600 that I am budgeting with is not my entire income. It's just what I set aside to make this paycheck budget happen. Some things I just keep private for the sake of not sharing too much information. This is what I'm comfortable sharing, so that's what I do. I appreciate your guys' understanding of that. So for groceries this week, I'm going to budget $250. Like I said, these numbers have not changed. It's the exact same thing I've been doing all month. It's working, so why rock the boat? For eating out, I'm going to budget $100. And for spending, I'm going to budget $100. So I've been doing this long enough, I don't need to pull out my calculator. I know that that's $450 total. And even if I didn't know that, it's pretty easy to do that mental math, right? Up here for sinking funds, I have short-term savings. And I'm just going to write short term. And that amount that I am going to budget is $300. And I've actually already pulled that $300 out of the bank in cash. We're going to allocate that money today. This short-term savings is different categories that I am saving that I know that things are coming up within a calendar year roughly. And I try to do $300 every week. I'm also going to put in a line item here for extra. If at the end of the week I come in under budget in these variable categories, I spend less in groceries or eating out or whatever, I take some of that extra money and stuff it here. I don't want to leave this money behind for me to just spend willy-nilly. I'd much rather put it into my biggest financial goals, which right now are short-term savings and long-term savings. So I'm not going to budget anything for this because I don't know that I'm going to have any extra money at the end of the week to put there. But if I do, that money will go in the actual column and it will get stuffed in my budget closeout video next week. So be on the lookout for that. So for short-term savings or sinking funds, that's $300. Nothing in extra debt. We're credit card debt free. We do have some debts, but we're not focusing on them right now. We're just making minimum payments on our car, our truck, our camper, and our golf cart. Those are the 4 debts we still have currently. I may at some point choose to focus some extra money there. Right now, my focus is savings. So we're just gonna skip out on extra debt. And now I have this total section. So the income amount that I've budgeted is $1,600. Fixed expenses is $750. Variable expenses is $450. Sinking funds or short-term savings is $300. Nothing for extra debt. If I take that income amount and subtract each of these, that leaves me with $100 remaining, and that's going to go down here into this savings box as a buffer. I will keep it in my account as a buffer in case I go over budget in one category or another. And if at the end of the month I still have money left, that money will go into my long-term savings. So that is it for my paycheck budget. Short, sweet, pretty repetitive, pretty simple. Once you find what works for you, the budgeting process can go super, super quick. Now let's move on to the fun part. Let's do the cash stuffing. All right, so I pulled out a total of $300. $100 of it I am going to play fun savings challenge games with. That is this cash here. We'll get onto that in a minute. I'm just gonna set that off to the side. $200 I stuff directly into my high priority funds. It's really important to me that I touch and add money to each and every single one of these high priority funds. So I take the money directly from my paycheck budget and stuff it into those envelopes. So it should be $200 I have here. Let's count it together. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. So I'm gonna get this put into my cash tray here. The 20s, the 10s, the 5s, and I'm gonna shift this back a little bit to hopefully avoid some of that glare. All right, these trackers that I have in my budget binder here are from Savannah over at Sav Saves. Check her out, go to her channel, tell her I sent you. I love her channel and I love her trackers. So yeah, these are my high priority funds. And each of these funds is gonna get touched and added to today. Starting with my sinking fund for Austin. The date today is 11/12. And Austin's fund today is gonna get $20, which should bring it up to a total of $170. So we're gonna add $20 to his fund, and we always count up what we have in here just to make sure I haven't made mistakes, because Lord knows I'm the queen of math mistakes. 150, 70. Austin sinking fund gets used to fund anything that Austin, my 16-year-old son, needs. All right, oops, next up is camping. Camping today is gonna get $15, which should bring this up to $250. So we're gonna add a 10 and a 5. I did go in and do some cash condensing last week, so these are a little bit easier to count. I don't have quite as many small bills. That I filmed for my channel members. A perk of joining my channel membership is you get members only content. You also get early access to all of my videos before everyone else. So that's another reason for you to go and join my membership if you're interested. 150, 200, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. $250. This sinking fund is for any camping related expenses. Okay, next up we have my car sinking fund. And this one today is gonna get 25, which should bring it up to an even 200. So we have a 20 and a 5. Let's count it up, make sure it's 200. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 200. Perfect. This sinking fund is for my car registration and any car repairs that come up. Okay, emergency fund is going to get $20 today, bringing it up to 320. So we're going to add a 20. $100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 320. Okay. Our home category, if it wasn't clear, emergency is for any emergencies that come up. Home today is gonna get, what did I say? $20 as well to bring it up to 120. So we're going to add a 20. My home sinking fund here is for any home repairs or household items that come up, and it is indeed at 120. All right, next up is insurance. This tracker is a mess. It's all smeary. I need to fix that. I keep saying that every week and then I never do. Insurance is going to get $15 today, right? Yep, I have a little cheat sheet off to the side I'm looking at to make sure I'm adding the right amounts. And this one is going to be up to $265 if my math is accurate. So we're going to add a 10 and a 5. $50, $100, $20, $40, $60, $80, $200, $20, $40, $50, $65. Yep, okay. This is for my homeowner's insurance. Okay. Next up, I love this cherry tracker here, is my medical sinking fund, which we're going to add $25 to today, which should bring it up to $255. So we're going to add a 20 and a 5. Medical here is for any medical expenses. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 55. All right, next up is pet expenses. For this fund, we're going to add $25. That should bring us up to 75. So we'll add a 20 and a 5 here as well. 20, 40, 60, 75. Pet expenses, sounds pretty self-explanatory. Anything that comes up for my pets. We have 2 cats and a dog, so pet expenses can be pretty pricey. As a matter of fact, I need to add some extra money to this for sure, because we've got a vet appointment coming up. All right, subscriptions is going to get $10. Should bring it up to 170. $20, $40, $60, $80, $100, $20, $40, $60, $70. Perfect. And lastly, for our high priority funds, we have vacations. Vacations is not typically a high priority fund, but I have it in here because we have a trip coming up this month and I want to make sure that I am giving us some money for spending money while we are away. $25 is getting added. It's just a little local trip. We're not going far. That should bring this fund up to $275. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 275. Perfect. All right, so that's my high priority funds. For my low priority funds, which if you're curious what my low priority funds are, I have them here in this blue binder. I'll go through them with you really quick. They are funded using savings challenges. Because savings challenges are fun, I like to make my budget process fun. These are things that I'm not necessarily spending from all the time. They're less important, so I can afford to play some games with these. I'm not going to put money directly into these funds today. They're going to get put into my savings challenges. When I finish a savings challenge, that money gets set aside, and at the end of the month, I'll stuff these envelopes. But just in case you're curious, my lower priority funds are celebrations, Christmas. We don't fund all of Christmas with this money. I know some of you are like, $100 for Christmas, that's not enough. We use our credit card rewards to buy Christmas gifts for our family. The only ones we buy gifts for are my children, and my husband and I purchase for each other. Very like minimal gifts usually. So all throughout the year we put all of our expenses on one credit card. It's a Citi Double Cash card, I think. And we use all of the rewards that we get to buy our Christmas gifts. We have, I think, $1,100 right now in rewards that we can use for Christmas. This fund is just for anything extra. It's not a super huge high priority, hence why it's in my low priority binder. I've got clothing. This is for my husband and I. Hobbies. This is also for my husband and I. And shopping, for just any miscellaneous shopping. That's it. The only other things I have in here are my no spend envelope, which every time I have a no spend day, I add $5 to this. That's something I just recently started. And then my ding 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 envelope. Every time I finish a savings challenge, I add $1 to this fund. You can see it's stuffed full of dollars. And at the end of the year, I'm gonna count all of this up and see. I only started this ding 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 challenge, I think, in October. So it's not gonna be a super huge amount of money, but every little bit adds up. All right, so those are what my low priority funds are. And I, as I mentioned, play savings challenge games to stuff them. So I have this binder here, and the last time I played with you guys, I believe I finished off here. I actually dropped this binder and everything went everywhere. So hopefully this is where I was. We are gonna play Double Dice. Double Dice is a fun savings challenge from Mischief Managed Budgets. I have the cards and the dice here, but you guys, first I should probably count my cash, huh? Should be $100. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. All right, and we will just use this cash to fund all of these savings challenge games. I'll continue through my binder here until I run out of money, and let's go. So Double Dice, like I said, is a fun savings challenge by Mischief Managed Budgets. It's a really cute challenge. I have the instructions here. It says, draw one of the 9 task cards, follow the directions on that card, write the amount in the spaces provided, continue saving until all spaces are filled. Okay. So I have the cards here. There's a total of 9 cards. I'm just going to shuffle them up and then I'm going to draw a card. It says, roll one die, multiply both numbers. So I have my double dice here. They are dice, little mini dice inside of larger dice. And we're just gonna roll one today. We got a 4 and a 5. So 5 times 4 is 20. We're gonna save $20. All right, $10, $20 going into double dice. And I'm going to stop there. I'm just gonna play one round today. Yeah, because at the end of this round one, I'm gonna take all of the money out and allocate it to one of my sinking funds. So I don't wanna finish up too fast. And $20 is quite a bit. So we will stop there. That was double dice. I will tag Mischief Manage Budgets down below. Make sure you check out their Etsy shop. It's a phenomenal shop. So many fun games. Okay, so that was double dice. Next up, I have this fun savings challenge I created for myself. This is Link's Rupee Savings Challenge. It is a savings challenge that I themed around the video game Legend of Zelda, which is my favorite video game series of all time. Are you a video game person? If you are, let me know in the comments below what your favorite video game is. So the premise of this essentially is it's a pull and save. So I have this little bag here that I purchased from Amazon of all places, and inside there are many different rupees. And it's just essentially a blind pull. Each rupee color correlates with an amount that I'm going to save. I'm gonna pull at least 2. If I pull 2 like really small ones on this left side, I may pull a 3rd. Let's go. So we've got gold rupee, which is worth 15, and a green rupee, which is worth 1. We'll go ahead and pull one more, and a blue rupee worth 2. So we're gonna save $15, $16, $17, $18. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, $18. I need to color in the rupees on the back. So we had 15, yellow is 15, or gold, I guess. Green is 1, blue is 2. And I don't know if I have all of those colors represented here, so I may need to go and grab a different color. Yeah, I do not have a gold, so I will be right back. All right, I know somewhere in my collection of Sharpies I have a yellow one. I can't find it. So I have this one here I'm gonna use to represent gold. I don't know how it's gonna show up. It barely shows up on the screen. I may redo this challenge at some point and do a white background, but that's gonna count as gold. I wrote the amount that it's worth, so it's not a big deal if it doesn't match perfectly. Green, it's just fun to color these in. And this challenge I created for myself is laminated, so I can just wipe the Sharpie off with some rubbing alcohol when it's full and I can play again. So, super fun. There we go. Very messy, but it gets the job done. All right, so how much? $18 going into this challenge. Let's see how much we've saved in all while I let that dry. 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, $41. And we're about halfway through this challenge. Hopefully that doesn't smear up my envelope too much. All right, so that challenge is gonna go to fund my hobbies. Once I complete it, that is the sinking fund that money is going to go to. All right, next up I have this Gourd Big or Gourd Home Savings Challenge. This is another savings challenge that I created for myself, and I need to pull out a little scratch off tool here. All right, so this is a $50 savings challenge. Once it's all completely scratched off, we're gonna scratch off 3 today. Even though I created this for myself, I created it quite a while ago, I do not remember what's under each of these scratch off stickers. All right, so we have $3 plus $8, so that's 11. Plus 5, so that's 16. I think we can scratch off one more actually. Let's do this one down here. Oh no, that's a big old 9. Okay. So 9, 17, 22, 25, 30, $32? Is that right, you guys? I'm so bad at mental math. I'm gonna pull in my calculator. Don't judge me. 5 plus 3 plus 8 plus 7 plus 9, 32. All right. $32 going into this challenge. $5, $10, $15, $20, $25, $30, $31, $32. All right, and how much have we saved total in this challenge? $5, $10, $15, $20, $25, $30, $35, $36, $37, $38, $39. So $39 saved so far out of 50. So maybe we can finish this one the next time we come around to it. Next up here, I have my health savings challenge. Now this one can be tricky because these ones are pretty high. The values that need to be saved for these can be pretty high, and I don't have that much money left. Oh, I guess there's quite a few ones here. Hopefully we don't end up with an IOU here, but these are also from Mischief Managed Budgets, and I'm gonna go ahead and scratch this one here today. Hold your breath, guys. Hopefully it's not too crazy high. Ah, yeah, see, these are spicy. $35. I doubt very much if I have $35 left, but we will see. I should make it a rule that I always start with this challenge since it's so high, but all right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so we have $30 here, and I'm going to write myself a little $5 IOU. So next week when I start this challenge, right off the top of my 100, I will pull 5 to make this challenge complete. Let's see how much we've saved in this challenge total. Since it's such a high number, I imagine we have quite a bit here. $20, $30, $35, $40, $41, $42, $43, $44, $45, $46, $47, $48, $49, $50, $51, $52, $53, $54, $55, $56, $57, $58, $59, $60, $61, $62, $63, $64, $65, plus the $5 IOU is $70. All right, so what I am going to do is I'm going to put my little strawberry paper clip that tells me where I'm starting first on this one so that I remember I have the IOU. I'm going to stick it right in front so I can see it. and I will come back to this first thing next week and true this up before I get started with anything else. All right, my friends, so that's it. That is everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, will you please give it a thumbs up? Don't forget to subscribe. I post new budgeting and lifestyle content here on my channel every single week. I'd love to have you come back, and I will see you then.